They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So the completion there from Zach Wilson, rookie out of BYU. Charles, what do you think they have to be on the lookout for defensively here, trying to slow him down?
Well, to me, it's sitting on the shorter and intermediate routes because he is an accurate thrower coming out of college. I think he was 73% his last season at BYU. So I'd give him as many looks as I could, but I'd force him to throw the ball over my head because a lot of the young quarterbacks, they want the safe completions, the easy throws early. Make him throw it deeper where he has to take a little bit more of a chance.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go play action with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds Corey Davis. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Now Wilson. Got an open man to the right. That's Wesco. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Joseph Osai.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And Lambo will put this one through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. It's Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. To Mixon on the check down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 33. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play action with Burrow. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me, because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I'm so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Throw left side here into the hands of Wesco, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Wilson. Open man is Uzama. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
Quickly into the hands of Mims.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Now Burrow on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
T. Higgins
His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-3.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
The false start hurts him there a bit, backs him up to 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 17-3.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? They'll run on first down. Freeman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
On first down, it's Freeman. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They'll run it. Freeman. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they go play action now. Burrow buying time to his left. He's got a first down past the 30, and he'll be out right at the 35.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it. Touchdown, Bengals. That's caught at the 1.
Joe Mixon,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They run, Devontae Freeman.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Burrow.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
The 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through three quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
At the 41-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Jets on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is third down and 12. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up fourth down.
Come on, set. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. I got you.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Target.
Let's go.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. I got to tell you, I'm shocked. When I realized they were running the football at fourth in that distance, I thought that was a surefire throw.
I can hear it in your voice because I'm the exact same way. No one runs the football in this situation, right? You've got to throw it to have a chance unless you're them. Talk about supreme confidence bordering on arrogance, and they got it done, keeping the ball on the ground to pick up the first down.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
54. Mike 54.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
They'll check this one down to Carter. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
The Jets on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. So 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
44, Mike, 44. Pick it up, guys, pick it up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Here we go. Ready? 49.
Watch the air.
They'll run for it with Love. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing